Okay, that was interesting. Hello, hi everyone. It's Sarah. It's Sunday, and I just wanted to check in with you all because it's been about 2 weeks since I've been on here, and I have not been consistent with my audience. I'm sorry, but life has been lifing. I have been sick, the baby has been sick, the husband has been sick. It's been a whole lot of things happening. But we're here Sunday, we're checking in, you know. So tonight I want to talk about how I'm working on being more productive in a sense that I write my to-do list the night before so that the day of I'm not scrambling to figure out what it is that I need to do for the day, because I'm a person, I need a list. I need to see it. I need to be able to check things off. That's even the case when I go grocery shopping. If I do not have a list, consider it forgotten. So, as I was saying, I'm, having a making a to-do list the night before. I don't necessarily do it right before bed, but in the process of the wind down, all the things that I need to do for the day, I write it down in my planner. you know. Sometimes when the day comes, I don't check everything off of the list, but because I have written the list, I'm able to roll it over to the next day so that I'm not aimlessly going about my day without knowing what it is that I'm doing or should be doing, whatever the case may be. I find, again, because of how my brain works, I need the list. If I don't have the list, consider it forgotten. And in order to be my best self, I need to make sure that I write that list and I am productive. I also want to work out at least 4 days this week. I have been able to do 5 minutes on the Stairmaster, and that's pretty darn great considering that I just hopped on the Stairmaster after not being in the gym for years. So being that I was able to do 5 minutes was impressive, and I consistently do the 5 minutes each day. I'm impressed with that. So 4 days a week is my goal. I still have not prepared the liver and onions. I do think that that's the meal for tomorrow. I'm going to have liver and onions. But again, hello. I just want to make sure that this week is a productive week. That's why we're going to make the to-do list tonight. And again, whatever doesn't get done tomorrow, we're going to roll it over to Tuesday, and we're going to, so on and so forth. Hello, everybody. Um, so yeah, I just want to be the most productive version of myself. Um, how are you guys doing tonight, or whatever parts of the world you are in? But yeah, so we're just working on doing better. I need to finish two books that I'm reading. I'm almost done with both of them. One is about numerology, and the other is called Revolution of the Soul, I believe. So far, it's been a wonderful book. It's kind of, how you read something and you already know it, but when you read things that confirm the stuff that you know, it makes it more real, more possible, if that makes sense. So things that I've already believed, this book has been confirming them for me. I really want to get into yoga and mastering my body, all those things, you know. Thank you. Hello. So I think that's what a lot of people lack. We lack mind body connection, and I think yoga is a great tool to do that with, yoga and Pilates, honestly. Um I forget the original name for Pilates because the Joseph Pilates, I believe is his name, was not the person that named it Pilates. Oh my gosh, I just read this. What did he name it originally? I forgot. But anyway, those things are great, for mind body connection. And we really need that when it comes to our bodies, because if you're not mentally tapped into your body, that's where all the aches and the pains, the ailments, all the things come into place and we start to deteriorate. So that's something I want to get into and work on. Flexibility, agility, all the things. Even I would throw calisthenics into that, of yesteryear, the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, where everybody was pretty much strong. I think America has done a terrible job of keeping in shape as a nation, but who am I to judge? um, yeah, so we're working on overall mind, body, soul connections and whatnot. And I may go out in the public this week and do something. I'm not sure what. Maybe go have a frappuccino or something, or try some new restaurant. I don't know, but I need to do something. Oh, thank you so much. So that is my goal, or those are my goals for the week. Um, yeah. um, Thank you guys. So that's pretty much what's happening for this week. Hello. Um, I need to think of what I'm gonna do with my nails next. Because it's almost time to change them. I don't know what I want to do. No, I'm not from Cali. I am from Texas. I'm not from Texas, but I live in Texas. I reside in the great state of Texas. That's an interesting question, and I think I would have to go with the Mustang. Only because I want the Fox body. So that's what like the late 80s, early 90s Mustang. That's actually one of my dream cars, and I want like a 1970s Bronco. But yes, I would choose the Mustang. um, what was I saying? Oh, my nails. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them next. Whoa, you a dude? No. That's such an invasive question to ask. But no, I'm not a dude. I promise you. I've birthed 3 children. You know. Um, yeah. Are you a dude? But anyway, as I was saying, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my nails next. So that's also what I'm gonna be working on to figure out this week because for a mom, what does that even mean? So because I'm a mom, I can't be bad? What? But no. But yeah. So also I need to go shoe shopping again. I haven't posted any new shoes this week. I mean, I can take the compliment. I was just asking, trying to make conversation, slight banter. But I need to go shoe shopping again because it's fall. But in Texas, we don't really get fall weather like that. So it's kind of pointless to go buy fall clothing because it's still freaking 80 degrees during the day. I would love to be able to wear my fall outfits and whatnot, but it's too doggone hot in Texas. Um, thank you. I had braces in high school and I take care of them as an adult. That's something I actually want to get behind. Advocating for adults to take care of their teeth. You would be surprised at the number of adults that don't take care of their teeth. It's absolutely shocking. But I have a fear of my teeth all falling out of my mouth too. Don't know why. It's just very irrational, I think. But yeah, I have a fear of that. Just waking up one day and all my teeth are gone. Oh. um so yes. But again, back to the shoe shopping. We need to make some more shoe content because I haven't been doing that. And again, I need to make my liver and onions video. And I need to update you guys on my becoming her journey because I have made some progress. I have slacked on some things as well. But when you don't reach your goals in the time frame that you set for yourself, you shouldn't beat yourself up. Because we tend to do that as humans. You shouldn't beat yourself up. Just kind of reassess the situation and then tackle the goal that way. And that's essentially what I'm doing. And I'm helping others. I would like to help others do the same because again, as humans, we tend to be down on ourselves. I don't know why we go to the negative first. I'm sure there's some scientific explanation for it, but humans tend to go to the negative first and then we beat ourselves up because we didn't do something when we said we would do it. But the beauty of it all is you can still do it no matter what. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you can still do that. And speaking of that, I am considering going back to school and finishing my master's degree. Um, I actually think I want to change what I get the master's in, but I did start the program years ago. And I'm like, okay, girl, you got in debt behind this. You need to go finish this degree. Who's talking about being bad? We're talking about achieving goals. But I need to go finish my master's because there's opportunity out there and sometimes higher education does help, well, specifically for what I want to do, you know. Um but yes, you guys, working on this being live for 30 minutes and it's kind of difficult to get through for a person who doesn't talk much. So I'm a little bit anxious. And you're right, you're never too old to do something as long as you put your mind to it. That is something I preach to everybody. If you can think it, you can achieve it. You know, no, I'm not saying be 80 and go be a midnight ballerina or anything like that. But I mean, who am I? If that's what somebody wants to go do, let them go do it. Um, but you're right, you're never too old to accomplish your dreams and goals. Don't let anybody deter you. That is also something that I tell my children. You are the main character of your life. And if at any moment you need to make changes to your life, you need to do that. No matter who is going to upset, that's your life. You have to live it. So edit accordingly. You know, you are the main character of your life. But I don't think parents tend to understand that. I find that people parent from a place of you're my child, you do what I say do. That's not right because that's their child's life. They need to live their own life. And I think people kind of police other people that same way too. You need to go do this. You need to go do that. Babes, this is my life. At the end of it all, on Judgment Day, whatever you believe, nobody's going to ask you about me. They're going to ask you about you. Tend to your life, please. Thanks. But you know, there's that. I think my comments are loading a little bit slow, but that's okay. We still have about 17 more minutes. I'm going to push through this whole 30 minutes thing. It's so uncomfortable. So I'm sorry if I kind of ramble, y'all. I'm not used to this. This is a goal that I'm working on to be able to do this because it is very, very nerve wracking. Um, yeah. And I've been working on my 38. I am just being me, but if I would just be me, I'm gonna sit here and look at y'all because talking is like, oh, it makes me so anxious. And I kind of start to ramble much like I'm doing now. So I understand the sentiments behind it, but y'all, I will sit here and be quiet for 30 minutes. No, I wouldn't, but it does make me a little bit nervous to talk to people. You feel me? But anyway, I've been working on my 38 questions before 38 series. My birthday is vastly approaching. March will be here before I know it. And that kind of makes me nervous. I'm almost 40. That is very true. That is, I've done my research. I've researched for so long that I was like, okay, girl, now you're procrastinating, you know. So, but again, I'm pushing for that 30 minutes every time I do this. Um, yeah, so I'm a little anxious about turning 40 in a few years. I have been told by people that the closer you get to 40, the less you're going to care about people and things and whatnot. And it's crazy because I'm kind of already like that now. Believe it or not, my husband always tells me that's a bad thing. He's like, baby, you just You don't care. And I'm like, no, I don't care. Moving on, but I've been told by several people that, the closer you get to 40 and in your 40s, I'm going to be more like that. We shall see. Um, I don't know. Is there anything you guys would like to know about me? All three of you who are here, don't be afraid to ask me questions. Um, I'm sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. That's, you know, why I haven't been doing this. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Because we can't make excuses for why we're not doing things that we should be doing. And that leads me to my next point. If we are honest with ourselves, we will find exactly why we have not done the things that we said we would do. I haven't reached the things or done the things I want to do because I've been lazy. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. That's been my justification. And then it's like, dang, I could have had this by now, but I ain't feel like it. So that's my own fault. I think if more people were just honest with themselves, we would get a lot further. Stop trying to blame circumstances of other people for why you don't have what you desire when truthfully speaking, you're the only one to blame. Everyone's not meant to stay in your life. Cherish the ones that are really there. Oh, yes. Amen. That is very true. That is also why I'm working on being a better friend to my friends because I have a tendency to self isolate. I isolate myself whenever I'm going through things, and I know, like, I'm very well aware of the fact that that is not healthy. It makes my friends feel a kind of way, and I truly apologize for that. But I mean no harm. I just like to self isolate to fix the things that need to be fixed, and I understand that your friends are to help you and to guide you. But y'all, my misery does not like company. I would rather go into my little shell and fix it, and then I'll come back out when I'm ready and have solved the issue. But yeah. So I don't know, but I need to do better with not self isolating. That's not healthy. Or is it? I don't know. It's healthy for me. It works. You know, I just keep everybody over there. Then I fix the issues and I come back like, hi, how y'all doing? But yeah, I'm working on being a better friend. I'm trying to be consistent with this content stuff. It's so hard. It's not hard. Let me stop saying that. It's not hard. I just need to be consistent. I struggle with consistency because, again, I struggle with talking to people by myself. I have to keep the conversation going all on my own. And that makes me nervous as heck. Yes, that is true too. And I find that I'm also friends with, I'm the eldest daughter, and I find that people use that as an excuse to be the way that they are. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Hi, in Mexico. I want to visit Mexico soon. But our birth orders, all the things, of course, those affect our personalities and how we deal with things, but they're not excuses. That does not give you a reason to go be a shitty person. You know, People, well, I got this and I got that. Get over it. And I mean that in the most respectful way because, again, there's some stuff I need to get over. It's like, girl, get over it. You know, you're only hindering yourself when you do that. Well, I went through this. So have many other people. Deal with it. Go fix it. But hey, what do I know? Oh my gosh, we're almost at 20 minutes. So this piece of hair is bothering me. So I'm working on the betterment of self. That way I can be good to me first and foremost. You must first be good to yourself before you can be good to anyone else. You cannot prioritize anyone else over yourself. That is extremely unhealthy. and you will run yourself ragged doing that, trying to please everyone else without first pleasing yourself, you know. And I don't mean in the I want this, so I'm gonna go buy it, or I'm gonna want this because I'm gonna eat it type of way. But you must be first living a life that you are satisfied with. You must be honest with yourself and truthful with yourself and working on yourself, happy with yourself, you know. That is actually a question I asked. Well, I framed. I know y'all can't see it, but a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self. I joke about this a lot. A piece of advice I would give my younger self, and I know people are going to be like, girl, what? But a piece of advice I would give to my younger self is to capitalize on your beauty. People make it like it's a bad thing, but use it. Use it to your advantage. You know, you have that's very true. You only get one. You don't get no do overs. you, you know, but um, dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, advice I would give to my younger self: use your beauty. In my 20s, I should have been profiting off my beauty, but not in ways that people think. People like, oh, you gonna no, I don't mean that way. But like people try to shame people for being beautiful or handsome. I see it all the time, and it's crazy. It's like, damn, it's not like they chose how to look. They just came from great genetics, whatever the case may be. Now, who's leaving naughty comments because two of them have been flagged, so I can't see them. But anywho, advice, another piece of advice I would give to my younger self was just believe in yourself. If you don't believe in you, who else will? Nobody's going to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. That is something I tell my children. Believe in you, even if mommy and daddy don't. It's your life. You the main character. If you think you're gonna do it, go for it, baby. Mommy just here to support you. Even if I don't understand, I'm just here to support you. You know? But yes. Oh, we're at 22 minutes. That's exciting. Um, I'm really trying here, just to naturally talk and, let things flow, you know. I still haven't eaten dinner for the day. Um, it's actually 8 p.m., 8:13, that's what my clock says. But I'm likely to not eat dinner. I might just gonna make me a little smoothie, drinking and call it a night because I don't need to eat anything heavy. Even though your girl could go for some chicken wings. But I'm really not hungry, so, drink my little smoothie and call it a night. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these comments, but I can't see them. Um, come on, we can push to the 30 minutes. We're at 23 minutes. How does this get more comfortable? Hi, in Tennessee. You the only 10 I see. But no, I guess I just have to keep doing this because I swear to y'all, this is so awkward for me to just be on here talking. And I mean that truly. I hate texting, you know. I hate texting people because it's like, oh my gosh, what do I say? But I think it's more so because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Because in my younger years, I was very, very blunt with the way that I spoke to people. And it came off as offensive that I've learned, and my intention is never to offend. I just want to be honest, you know. And people always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So sometimes my delivery will be way wrong. So now I think I kind of just reverted to not talking at all instead of just being my very blunt self. And it's so funny because my children are so blunt, and I'm like, oh gosh. But hey, we're going to get there. That is true. That is something that I'm learning about language. How I said something and how you received it can be way different. And sometimes I experience this a lot actually. Sometimes people are already on the defense. Like they could be thinking about something, so they're already defensive. So when you say something to them, they're like, why would you say that? Or whatever the case may be. That's happened a lot to me. And I'm like, whoa, that's not how I meant that. But what's going on with you for you to have received it that way? And then I too have, been in a certain mind frame and somebody said something to me and it's like, what? Who do you think you talking to? So again, yes, that's a part of communication. How you received it may not have been how I meant it, and vice versa. And that's why people should talk instead of reacting with emotions, because when you respond with emotion, you make the situation worse. Um, that's funny because my husband always tells me he forgets that I'm a woman sometimes. Like when I have an emotional reaction, he's like, "Oh, I forgot you're a woman." And it's like, dude, whatever. But emotion, responding with emotion makes things so much worse than they even need to be. And that is something a lot of people need to learn. I find too, I'm gonna say it because I'm black. Um, you know, Black people have a tendency to respond with emotion. And it's like, no, no, no. Keep the emotion over here. Respond intelligently and eloquently. Don't always go with your emotion. Your emotion will absolutely make things worse. Because if you go with emotion, then that person's gonna go with emotion, and now we're here, you know. But that's a different topic for a different day. Um, we're almost through the 30 minutes, y'all. I'm sweating. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, me too. I like to observe people and see what's going on and feel the energies of the room. I'm very great at reading people. There are a few people in my life. I'm actually waiting for what I read off of them. I'm waiting for others to see that as well because I know I'm not crazy. I see you and you're not who you pretending to be. But I can't say that because people are like, you just hating. Nah, player. I see them. I see them for who they are. I'm just waiting for the rest of y'all to see it. But I'm very to say that I am I won't say socially awkward because I'm not socially awkward. It's that when I have to speak that I get nervous. I'm still nervous, but I actually enjoy hosting parties, dinner parties and all the things. That's something I want to start doing. I don't know if like a little club. I don't know. I want to start hosting parties and game nights and things, but I want them to be classy. I can't do no ratchet stuff. No, I'm lying. I can absolutely do ratchet things with my ratchet friends, but I want like classy grown folk type of things because we're grown people. We're grown. But it is sad that people wear facades. But I just have to let others see it in due time. Can't pull the mask off too soon, like Scooby Doo characters. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. I'm one of those meddling kids. I've actually, I was a meddling kid. I got a teacher fired in no, not elementary, it's middle school because she was doing something sneaky. And come to find out, she was doing just what I thought. Because, back in the day when we were in middle school, we had to pay supply fees. And my girl was asking for supply fees in the middle of the school year. But come to find out, she was taking the money and depositing it to her own personal checking account and was not buying supplies for the classroom. So I called it out and she ended up getting fired because of that. And it's so crazy because she ended up being a substitute teacher for me when I was in high school. And when she saw me, she was just kind of looking. And I was just like, does she remember me? But yeah, um, I don't want to discuss politics here. That's not what my platform is for. I'm no politician, you know. But I do agree, free Palestine. But that's all I want to say about that. you know. And you are correct. You are correct, my friend. What's your name? Michael? You are very correct, and that's why I'm pushing through. See, we're almost at our 30-minute mark, and now I'm getting comfortable. I guess I would spend my time here, but I just hate to ramble. I hate when I ramble because it makes me feel like I'm unorganized, and I guess that's why I don't go live because I don't like to be perceived as unorganized. I'm one of the most organized people you ever meet, which is crazy, but I don't know. I just gotta get over it. Just keep doing it. Just get over it. The more I do it, the better I'll get at it. Because even in high school and college, I took public speaking, so I'm not unfamiliar with these things and how to convey points and all that. I just get so freaking nervous. I even did a little bit of acting before, But anyway, enough about me. I just have to get more comfortable. I'm not a yapper in the sense that most people just get on here and just start talking. It's like, how y'all do that? You know? Or how strangers come up to me and just start talking. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my God, what do I say? But I guess because, like I said, I don't want to say the wrong things. I don't want to be offensive. I never want to be offensive to people on purpose. Nah, I'm lying. Some people need to be offended on purpose. But I never want to unintentionally offend anybody. That is I never want to make somebody feel small, especially unintentionally. Now, if I do it on purpose, that's one thing. Because maybe you deserved it. But anyway, as the comedian said, that's my time, y'all. It was great talking to you guys and interacting with you and helping me get over my nervousness. Um, we'll do this again. I want to do it again tomorrow, probably about the same time. So until then, mwah.